Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 2, part 2. So in this lecture, I'm going to actually show you how you can use the files to start your project. Your exercise number 2. So let's go to your student file. So after you have unzip it, you should see something like that. So some of these documents are HTML documents. Some of them are PNG. These are the pictures that you might need for that page to show up. And then you have some text documents there. So what I want you guys to start, with this CT start HTML. What you want to do, you want to just right click and edit with Notepad++. You might not have Notepad++. So what I would suggest you guys to first download Notepad++ from the site. From any site, you can just type Notepad++, and it's an open source open source editor. You can of course use any other editor that you like, but I would like to use this one. So I have this here. As you can see, this is the ctstart.html, so I can see what I have here. So we have talked about some of this in this lecture. We talked about how to put the title, the character set. Also, we have talked about linking to other web pages. So this might not be familiar with you because you don't know anything about cascading style sheet that is being used for the layout. So I would just copy this into your file, and just remember that you are linking to another file that's called CSS file, ctbase.css, which you can find in that folder, and that will be the style sheet, the layout of your page will the style sheet that would have the layout of your page in it. So you don't have to worry about creating this. It's already there. But you just have to make sure that once you create your new page, that you put it in the same folder as the other folders that you have. So if I come here, you see that you have a page called CT Layout 1 and CT Layout 2, which you can see here. So we are using the CT Layout 1. So you don't have to do anything. You just copy this into your file. Copy. So I would just start from this document and I would just modify it. And then you have, of course, the logo. So that logo will come from here, of course. And then you remember why you need to use the alt. It's very important because some people who cannot see the picture would be able to know what that picture is talking about, at least, or explaining that picture. And then you have here the navigation bar, which will go through the links of each section. I would just put this as navigation, but you need to have it as a list. So what you want to do in here, we are going to use, you learned how to use it as a list if you want it to show up as a list. So you want to have layout of the navigation list, which will be based on the cascading style sheet. So as you can see here, we are using the layout of the cascading style sheet for the navigation list. And then you want to have items within the navigation list. So we will just use this. So I would suggest you guys to just copy this part into that document. You see right now you have it as this. So you can just copy because you want it to be as a list. So remember, you are using the UL and LI. And then you will have each of those documents. So remember, you need to create each of these files, ct_about.html, ct_location.html, ct_menu.html, ct_review.html, ct_catering.html, ct_contact.html, because you want your list to and why we have it as href, because we are linking to that. Remember, we want to show it as so let me just go and open that the page that you're going to actually create. So you're going to create this. So you want to be able, that's why you need to have one page that's called about page, location, menu, reviews, catering, contact. So if I go back to my notepad, that's what we have created. And because what you are creating is you want to create a link to it, that's why we are using the href in there. And so this is the list that we will have. So as I mentioned, so you need to create these files, ct_about.html, ct_location.html, ct_menu.html. But I don't want you to populate the content for all of them. I only want you to populate the content for ct_about.html. So ct_about.html, you need to populate the content based on the exercise that you have in here. So I want you guys to populate the content for about us exactly same as this. So for example, this is the style is strong. Remember we talked about the strong style called the strong. We will put it here. So then we learned about how to add an image. So we will put it there. We also talked about, you know, creating the address, and then put the some bold character. So this is the basically and sign and then BULL to create something like that. So I want you guys to try to create this about us page only, not the rest of them. The rest of them I want you guys to have it so that when people are clicking on it, it will take them to a blank page. So I want you guys to create this and have it linked to different pages, but you don't have to populate the other pages. So this is the important part of the project that I want you guys to remember, because I know a lot of people will call, and so I just need you to populate only about us pages, and that's it. So so then if we go back to where we have the files. So whatever files that you are creating, all these files that you are creating and you are calling them, you are putting it on the same folder as you have unzip. Because remember, you want the ct_layout, the cascading style sheet layout to work, and also all the pictures and everything. So I would rather you guys to put everything under the folder that you have created. So you will have something like this. So you will have something like this. For example, we have one CT start. So you are going to have a page called CT_ or a document HTML file that's going to be called CT_reviews. You're going to have another one, CT_locations. But when you don't need to populate the content for it, just the structure of the HTML file. The only thing that you need to populate the content is CT_about page, which will look similar to this. I don't want you guys to copy exactly this whole thing, but I'm going to show you quickly so you will see what I'm talking about. So you are going to add these things into it. Based on what you have learned in this tutorial. So you're going to add this content of it, and you're going to have paragraphs, of course, and then you're going to have maybe the quotation in there, and then you're going to have the footer in there, and that's it. So maybe the footer, I didn't cover it in the PowerPoint. You can look at it in the book. Remember, you are following this book. So we actually, for this chapter, we covered page 2 all the way to page 69. So we basically covered the whole tutorial 1. So next week we will have a quiz just about all these HTML tags that we have talked about. So the next chapter that we will cover will be the getting started with the CSS. So we didn't talk about CSS, only briefly we talked about the CSS file that you need to have, but that's about it. We didn't talk about anything about CSS. So your page, your HTML document should look something like this. Okay, so let's go back to the project again. So you all kind of now understand that you are going to create something like this page, only with About Us, nothing else about you. You're going to have these links, but the pages, they don't have to have content in it. Okay, this is the second part, and I hope you have enjoyed this week's tutorial. And please, for those people who kind of know about HTML, please try to do some of the cases and try to upgrade your level of understanding of HTML tags. There are a lot more tags that we haven't talked about. We cannot possibly talk about all the tags. So you need to kind of play around with the tags a little bit to kind of understand more about it. So for those people who have a basic understanding of HTML and who took one of the courses in HTML before, please make sure that you work on the cases for this book. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.